Hello and welcome back to the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunities Minority Economic Empowerment Office in collaboration with the Illinois SBDC's Business Basics series. So what we're going to do real quick is just discuss what Business Basics is, why we're doing it, who we are, and get into a really great presentation on the topic of marketing. So why Business Basics? This is a collaboration between the Illinois Office of Minority Economic Empowerment and the Small Business Development Center Network to cover topics that we've heard that entrepreneurs really need in order to be successful. We want to just share the basics and the foundational ideas that can help businesses take their idea and turn it into a real operating business. These videos will be short and sweet. You can rewatch it as many times as you like. Please feel free to take notes and also share this content with the people who you think can find it helpful as well. A little bit about our office, the Illinois Office of Minority Economic Empowerment. I won't read the whole slide here, but we're dedicated to supporting minorities, women, veterans, and individuals with disabilities who are advancing businesses throughout the state. And we work really hard to bring collaborations like this to life, where we can work with partners to help you build capacity and learn the things you need to be successful right here in Illinois. And we have a great partner to share some content with you today on the topic of marketing. So what I'm going to do now is pass the microphone to our partner from the Joseph School Small Business Development Center, Miss Melissa Brown.
Thank you so much for inviting me to be here. Can you see my slides? Is everything wonderful? Thank you. Well, today we're going to be doing an overview of marketing best practices. One of the things, this is a critical area for your business. And so I want to make sure that you understand certain things, because a lot of times, if you really don't understand why you need to do something, then many times you don't include it in your daily activities. And so this presentation is going to take you through why it's important to have an effective marketing strategy and an understanding of your customer. We're going to go through a couple definitions and decisions that you have to make. These are critical decisions for your business. We're going to talk about the planning considerations when you're creating a marketing plan and your business plan, the things that need to go into it so that you have an effective customer acquisition strategy. And then always, I like to leave you with some free and low-cost tools that are going to help you along the way. So let's get started. Why is it important? The reason it's important is every day over 5 billion searches take place on the internet. And in this post-pandemic time, everybody is looking to solve their situations. They're looking for for a tutor for their child. They're looking for whatever challenge they have. They're looking for their solution on the internet first. And we look at Google's search statistics because they have over 70% of the market. But this is not excluding Bing, AOL, or all the other website browsers. So every minute, 63,000 people are searching online, and possibly they're searching for your business because you're the one that has the answer for them. And you need to understand that 97% of consumers use the internet to find goods. So before they go anywhere else, they check the internet. And that's called organic search. That means when you type a phrase into the internet, into the search tool to find something, that's called an organic search. And that's how most people find the business that they're looking for. And how critical is this? Having a digital interaction or digital influence, being able to be found online on social media, affects 56 cents of every dollar spent, whether it's an e-commerce store or a brick and mortar store. So if you don't manage this, 56 cents out of the dollar is the majority. If you don't manage this process, then you've lost 56 of the potential revenue that you could make. So you need to make sure that you incorporate these tools into your business. And nearly half of American small businesses still don't have a website, and you need to have a website. And the number of people grows and grows, and especially in this post-pandemic time, over 400 million additional viewers are now on the internet in a regular time frame. And it's an increase of 10% over the past year. Now, as we move to understanding relationships and understanding how to market your business, when you're looking at marketing, you have to really understand each one of these areas: your product or service, your business concept, your business model, and then your plan. Now, your product or service is what you are doing. Say you're going to be in a t-shirt business, then you know your product is the t-shirt. Let's just say, for an example, or you're going to open a restaurant. The business concept is your special sauce, your unique selling proposition, the reason that you are doing it. So let's then take that t-shirt company. Is it going to be a motivational t-shirt company? Is it going to be a sports memorabilia t-shirt company? If it's a restaurant, is it fine dining? Is it American cuisine? Is it Chinese food? Is it a fast food restaurant? All of those, that is your business concept. And that's different from your product. So you can't confuse the two. Next, once you've solidified your business concept, your unique selling proposition, then you need your business model. And your business model is, how am I going to make money doing this? If you don't know how you are going to make money doing it, then it's not a business, it's a hobby. So you understand your product and you understand your special sauce or your unique selling proposition, and now you know how you're going to make money. Is it retail? Is it wholesale? Are you a manufacturing company? Are you a membership-based company? Are you a tech company, maybe doing a freemium model? There are about 26 types of revenue models, and businesses are coming up with new ways to make money every day. So once you have those three things determined, now you can create an effective business plan. But you can't see clearly how to create a plan if you're really not clear on what your product or service is, what your business concept is, and what that business model is. So how do I make sure I have that clarity? So now we're looking at the essential qualities of an opportunity, because the reason that you're going into business is because you see an opportunity. You see that there is a demand for your product. And so you need to ask yourself and be clear, what problem does this company solve? And that has to do with the concept or the product and your special sauce. Then you need to know, who is your target customer? Who really wants this product? And then how? The process and technology. If I have a product, then how am I going to get that? And how am I going to get that delivered to the client? What does that process look like? And are you creating value for your customer? Because if you're not creating value, then you have not communicated to your customer the why they need your product. And also you have to understand all of the elements of your product. What is the purpose and why does it matter? And so I can give you a quick example about this with providing value and understanding the why. If we take a typical bottle of water and we think about getting that bottle of water from a vending machine, we may pay $1, $1.50, maybe $2. But take that same bottle of water and go to a sports stadium, the United Center, Soldier Field, any stadium or concert activity. That same bottle of water now costs $7 because of all of the associated process, technology, and operational issues that go into it. And so you want to make sure, first of all, that your idea is attractive when you're thinking about marketing. And that means that somebody actually wants to buy it. If there's not a big enough market to buy it, then maybe you need to change your unique selling proposition in some way. Next, this idea also must be timely. Do the current conditions confirm a need for this? An example of that would be, would you open up a video rental store right now? That idea is not necessarily timely because with streaming, there's so many streaming companies where people can download that same content and even more at a very low monthly rate. Now, is this idea durable? Now, durability has to do with trend. Is this a trend that is going to be needed for the next 10 years? So say you're a hair salon. That is something that somebody may be considered, essential for them. And so having a hair salon is not going to ever, necessarily go out of style and be off trend. It is a durable business idea. But let's take a look at the pet rock. That is not necessarily a durable idea, but when that was the trend, they made quite a bit of money with the pet rock, but they understood it was only a 2 or 3 year opportunity and made a plan, also the way to escape or to exit that business and look for other trendy products to just move from product to product to product. So that is a strategy. And so, of course, you also have to understand what kind of value you're adding, and that goes to your business concept and your special sauce. Now, who is your customer? Where are they located? How do they think? What's most important to them? Why are they making, how do they make their decisions, and why do they make their decisions? You need to understand who your customer is. And when we're thinking about that process, you're thinking about market segmentation. And this graph gives you 4 basic ways that you can think about your customer. First, we're going to look at the geographic need. Number 1, where is your customer located? If you have a brick and mortar operation, then the region, the country, the population, and the local population, the local climate is going to make a difference. But now many brick and mortars also have e-commerce options, or they have stores, online stores, so that then you still can reach a larger market, but that doesn't automatically mean that everybody in the world is your customer, because now you have to move to demographics. And demographics is a simple way of looking at attributes of your customer. And this list is an example of many of those demographics. Demographics also are easily searchable. The Census Bureau, their local, state, municipal areas keep statistics on their population, on their business community. So usually these are pretty easy statistics to find. Now, when you're thinking about your product, does age, gender, nationality, occupation, income, do any of those things make a difference? Because each of those demographics will then kind of shift how you speak to your customer. But 2 of the really important things are psychographics and your customer's behavior, because the psychographics has to do with where your customer is, how they live, how they make decisions. So lifestyle, personality, their values and their attitudes about things. This is the psychographic of a person will determine if this person is the person who will stand in line for the iPhone 14 that's coming out, in a couple of weeks? Or do they not make their decisions this way? You need to know this. For example, when you make your website, if you have a customer that is highly interested in technology and things, then maybe you need to spend more money on how you communicate your brand. But if that is not essential for them, you can just spend money on the basics. So you need to always understand that. And then a customer's behavior. How are they loyal? Are they price jumpers? Or can you create brand loyalty? Will a membership program keep them loyal because they would like to get their points? It's up to you to know as much as possible about your customer. And this is called persona research. You know enough about your customer that you can actually give your customer a name. When you can name your customer, then you know how to reach them, and you know where they are. Did you know, For example, Twitter has more men online in using that particular tool than women. And of course, Instagram, it is more women on that platform, and you have a wide variety of people on Facebook, but the senior population is growing as a percentage of that market. So you need to understand your market and also know where they are so you can increase the opportunity to reach the person who's looking for your product or service and also looking for your unique selling proposition. Now, let me give you an example of what persona research can do. At a certain period of time, your demographic and psychographic will kind of create a story. And so this is a picture of Trader Joe's website. Trader Joe's, one of their main competitors is Whole Foods. And so Trader Joe sell things for about 20 to 30% less than Whole Foods at the time of this recording. Now, they have distilled all of their information about the geographic location, the demographic of the customer, the psychographic of the customer, and the behavioral information. And now they target their marketing for their main category of customer as an unemployed college professor who drives an old Volvo. All of that information is in there. A college professor has a certain amount of education. Many colleges require at least a master's and up, but they're unemployed. So they are used to a certain way of living and making a certain salary, and now they're unemployed. But this means they don't want to reduce their standard of living because they're unemployed. They want to still get the same products. But they drive an old Volvo, and Volvos are known for longevity and safety. And because it's old, they're not a keep up with the Joneses type of person. So when you're looking at this website, you can see that it's basic. They didn't spend a lot of money on bells and whistles. They're spending money where their customers need it. Customers want to see what products are there, what's new, any announcements, where the flyer is, where the stores are, and it's a very effective. They're not wasteful because they understand how their customer makes a decision. And so you need to understand that about your customers. So you spend your money and get the best return on your investment that you can. And so that happens by creating a solid foundation. A CRM solution stands for a customer relationship management solution. You have to have a way of knowing who your customers are. Many times your website will come with a back end which will allow you to manage your customers and to be able to communicate with them, send newsletters, send emails to them. But that customer relationship management will help you understand who your best customers are and will help you to become more effective in targeting your customer. And you must have a way to take electronic payment. That's whether you have a brick and mortar or not, because many people who did not found out when the pandemic kicked off and many of the stores had to happen, all business went to a standstill if you do not have an electronic way to accept payment. So you want to make sure that you have that too. And a point of sale solution, many people who have e-commerce stores may use WooCommerce, Spotify, Square. There are many companies that give you a whole solution that can act as your cash register. It can also act as your e-commerce store, and on the back end also have accounting and inventory information so that you can understand the full picture of what's happening with your customer. And then in your homes, you're going to need to take a look at your internet bandwidth. Sometimes for our personal needs, we may have the minimum or the basic plan, but if you're a consultant or if you're going to be running a lot of applications at the same time and you have other family members that are also working from home, take a look at your internet or your internet provider, and then find out where you are, and you may need to upgrade to a higher level of service so that you don't have any issues while you're operating your business. Now, step one, After you've taken all of that into consideration, you are going to develop your marketing plan, and you're going to look and see. You have to write what you see. In order to get where you're going, you have to know where you want to end up. That's why people do a plan, or that's why they do a marketing plan, because you want to know what techniques are going to reach the customer. Am I going to do Facebook ads? Am I going to send emails? I'm my best customer, my best salesperson, so am I going to do direct sales? How am I going to reach the customer? How often am I going to try to reach the customer? You have to have a whole plan to figure that out. So when you're looking, sit down and ask yourself, what do I see? And what you really have to do, this is a quote from Steve Jobs that I like. It says, have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition. They somehow know what you truly want to become, and you need to follow that vision. And so when you're developing the plan, you need to understand what are your goals or strategies. And at any one time, you may be doing any one of these three things. Are you looking to create awareness? You're new to the market. You want people to know that you've opened and you're available. Or maybe you're already in the market and you have a new product or service, or you have an event that you'd like to communicate. And so you may have a website goal. You may want to increase your email subscription so you have a group to communicate with. You want to generate leads. You want to be able to increase revenue. You want to provide information and resources. So you need to understand what your goal is, because your activity that you create, whether it's an email blast, needs to be targeted to reach those customers. And again, I can't say it enough. You must have a way to accept electronic payments, because if someone clicks through and goes to your website to purchase your product or to set up an appointment, if need be, and you need to take an upfront payment, you need to have that already set up so that you can keep the process and your cash flow moving effectively. Now, when you're thinking about your website, you want to make sure that you attract your readers. So what are the key things? Because you have about 10 seconds for people to see, first of all, can you solve my problem? So on that home page, they need to see that you have the answer for their issue immediately. And so you want to have stunning images, clear images that are telling the story of why you are the right company for them. It needs to be simple, easy to read, easy to navigate, bold colors, compelling content, and you need to have a call to action. A call to action is one of the most frequently missed opportunities on websites and event communication, email blasts. A call to action asks the reader or the visitor to your website to actually do something, to communicate with you, to learn more, to register now, to buy now. And so you want to definitely do that. And sometimes there's special things that you have happening. And so you can create a custom landing page. Maybe you have a conference. Maybe you're an author of a new book and you have a new book coming out, or you have a new product coming out, or you have a signature clothing item where you can have a custom landing page that just focuses on that one item. And so what you want to make sure that you keep in the back of your mind is you are building a relationship with your customer. And as you build that relationship, they come to trust you, and they come to know, okay, if I go to this particular site, I know what they have. For example, I know what Target sells. I know what Macy's sells. I know what At Home sells. And so they have your trust because you know what that shopping experience will be like. You know what that customer service experience will be like. And people want to know the same things about your business as well. And so now we're coming close to the end, and I want to talk about some free and low-cost marketing tools. Many times you're looking for images and also website templates that are 100% responsive, where you can have an up-to-date, fully functional website. Well, ThemeForest is a company that provides that. And I mentioned earlier, if you're looking for wraparound services where you have your website and you have your inventory system and you have the ability to sell online, Shopify and WooCommerce are very popular. There's Squarespace, and many times if you're in a particular industry, please just Google your industry, because sometimes there is a service that's created specifically for your industry. And sometimes you need help when you're first starting out. Many times you are marketing, you are sales, you are operations, you are doing everything. And there are quite a few websites where you can find a freelancer to assist you at a very reasonable rate. So here are several sites from Fiverr, Upwork, People Per Hour, LinkedIn Profinder, where you can find assistance. And you can also reach out to your local SBDC for assistance, and many times they may know of other providers in your area. And so also, if you have Microsoft on your computer, there are other free tools that are there. And so every Microsoft tool, they have a section under Insert when you can add in some additional applications. And so these are just a couple. Pexels, Icon Drop, and Pixabay are image and icon royalty-free images where you can insert images directly into your presentations or directly into your content using any type of Microsoft tool. And then Pixton, if you see here, I made a little image that looks suspiciously like me, and I did that with Pixton with their comic action. And Pixton is an add-in that you can do with Microsoft. But I know that many of these also work if you're using Mac or Apple or other type of software operating systems. And Canva. Canva is a tool that, if you are not a graphic designer, will help you create the best content. It also has royalty-free images inside, but it will help you to create your social media, flyers, brochures, almost anything that you need. If you are starting out with minimal budget for advertising, it has a low monthly membership, which will assist you and having effective and very professional looking advertising and marketing images and pieces. And this is our center, Illinois Small Business at the Joseph Center. We have a Small Business Development Center, International Trade Center, and Procurement Technical Assistance Center. I thank you for your time, and please reach out to us or reach out to any SBDC in your area.
Awesome information. I think that you did a really good job presenting the idea and concept of marketing, and then delivering some tools that could be used to move your ideas into real life. So we appreciate that. What we want to do is to close out by just sharing our contact information here at the Illinois Office of Minority Economic Empowerment. My name is Matt Simpson. I'm the African American Business Development Manager. I am on an amazing team with Deanna Alfaro, who is the Latinx Business Development Manager, and Michelle Laura White, who is the Women's Business Development Manager. Sharing our contact information here. Please feel free to reach out to us anytime. Great information from Ms. Brown at the Joseph School on marketing. With that, we are closing out the business basics presentation on the basics of marketing. Again, my name is Matt Simpson. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.